Hi, I'm Marcus Downs with the Georgia Nurses Association, and I just exposed my organization on BizLink's TV network. Learn more about what is happening at GNA coming up on my episode of That's My Biz at bizlinks.tv.
So now I know part of what you do is around the government affairs and legislation. So talk a little bit about that. You've recaptured the presence on the Capitol as it relates to the Georgia Nurses Association. So tell me about what are some of the legislative priorities that there are for GNA?
Sure. So, I first want to say we have a really good team.
Okay.
We have a really good team that is also comprised of some contract lobbyists who've been around, and I think if you were to put all of our experiences together, we probably come to about a century's worth of experience at the Capitol, in various states and various capacities. So I want to say that first. Our landmark goal this year is called the Nurse Licensure Compact.
Okay.
Everybody in each professional realm experiences a shortage in the professionals that are available to provide care, be it in nursing, be it in medicine. You've got a teacher shortage. The Nurse Licensure Compact is the nurse's way of addressing that shortage.
Okay.
And it essentially offers reciprocity to nurses who are licensed in participating states. Right now in the Southeast, we have South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Mississippi are all participating states. If you go a little bit further west, you have Texas. What the compact would essentially do is allow them to come over to Georgia and practice in case of emergencies. We just had natural disaster down in Albany. A couple of years ago, we had natural disasters up in Dalton, Georgia. And so when you look at a place like Dalton, I'll stick with that example, the nurses in Tennessee and North Carolina could not come over and practice without going through lots of red tape.
Okay.
And so what this essentially does is allows them to come over and practice immediately without waiting 6 to 8 weeks. The compact is also good for military spouses. So often if a military family is relocated to Fort Gordon or Fort Benning, then and they're married to a nurse, that nurse typically has to wait between 4 to 8 weeks in order to get their license active.
Okay.
So they could have already secured employment,
Okay.
but they have to wait until Georgia can actually get their license through.
Okay.
And so this would allow them to immediately begin work. We've seen that not only with military spouses, but with traveling nurses as well. And one of the areas that I think is really, really going to be a tremendous benefit for Georgia is when it comes to nurse educators.
Okay.
We don't have enough nurse educators. And so the typical practice is you can teach and you can practice in those states in which you're licensed.
Okay.
And you can apply for a license in any state.
Okay.
The challenge is when you're not a part of the compact, you have to pay for a license in North Carolina, South Carolina, New York, Tennessee, any other state. And so those can really add up to be tremendous expenses for the nurse who wants to teach.
Okay.
We see the same thing when it comes to healthcare organizations, healthcare facilities. There are often times when hospitals are willing to say, hey, you know what, I really need these nurses. If we were part of the compact, we'd be able to bring them in with no questions asked.
Okay.
We wouldn't have to pay an extra fee for each nurse who wants to come from a different state. And I think one of the other major benefits about the compact is going to provide care in those areas where there's definitely shortages.
Okay.